Welcome to the Basics of Music Notation lecture. Music notation is a written language of music, allowing musicians to communicate and interpret musical ideas. In this lecture, we'll cover the fundamental elements of music notation, including staff, clefs, notes, durations, rests, and time signatures. Now let's begin. Staff, clef, and notes. The staff is a set of 5 horizontal lines and 4 spaces. It provides a framework for writing musical notes. Each line and space represents a different pitch, allowing us to create melodies and harmonies. A clef symbol is placed at the beginning of the staff to indicate the pitch of the notes. The most common clefs are the treble clef, otherwise known as the G clef, and the bass clef, known as the F clef. The treble clef is used for higher pitched instruments like the piano's right hand, violin, flute, and so on. The bass clef is used for lower pitched instruments like the piano's left hand, cello, bass guitar, and so on. Notes are the written representations of musical sounds. They are placed on the lines and spaces of the staff to indicate the pitch. Duration of notes. Notes also have different durations, which represent the relative length of time they are held. The whole note is the longest note and receives 4 beats in common time. That is 4/4. The half notes last for half the duration of a whole note and receives 2 beats. The quarter notes last for a quarter of the duration of a whole note and receives 1 beat. The 8th note lasts for an eighth of the duration of a whole note and receives half a beat. Rests and their durations. Rests indicate periods of silence in music. Rests have durations corresponding to their note counterparts. The whole rest is a rectangular shape that hangs from the 4th line of the staff and lasts for 4 beats. The half rest is a filled-in rectangle that sits on the middle line of the staff and lasts for 2 beats. The quarter rest is a squiggly line that sits on the middle line of the staff and lasts for 1 beat. The 8th rest is a smaller version of the quarter rest and lasts for half a beat. Introduction to time signatures. Time signatures indicate the organization of beats in a piece of music. The top number of a time signature represents the number of beats per measure. The bottom number represents the type of note that receives 1 beat. The most common time signature is 4/4, which means there are 4 beats per measure, and the quarter note receives 1 beat. Other common time signatures include 3/4, 3 beats per measure, 2/4, 2 beats per measure, and 6/8, 6 beats per measure, with the 8th note receiving 1 beat. Now, summarizing this first lecture. In this lecture, we covered the basics of music notation. We learned about the staff, clefs, notes, and their durations. Whole, half, quarter, and eighth notes. We also explored rests and their durations, as well as an introduction to time signatures. Understanding these fundamental elements of music notation is crucial for reading and interpreting sheet music accurately. Remember to practice identifying and writing notes, durations, and rests, as well as recognizing time signature. In this next lecture, we'll delve into reading and explore different reading patterns. Thank you for listening. Bye for now. Meet you in the next lecture.
Make sure you subscribe to this channel.